Who do you think feels better about their life? One person who stresses a lot, or the other person who trusts the flow of life and takes it easy? The answer is pretty obvious. You probably pick the one who trusts the flow of life and just go with the flow and make small adjustments as it goes. So, why is it that most people still live this life of excess stress that we don't actually want or need? This is the topic of this video, and how you can instantly remove the majority of stress in your life just by making different choices. So, the first step in the process is to actually evaluate what is causing the major stress in your life. What is the main reason for that stress? And then you look at that thing and see, could you make it less important? Could you lower the expectations? Could you just trust more? Most of the times, we stress about external things that aren't even in our control. So the solution is so simple that most don't see it. It's our internal perspective, it's our attitude to the thing. And when we decide to not care so much about it, not put too much pressure on it, not have so high expectations, and trust that life will sort things out, you instantly feel a relief. I know, I've been on both sides of this journey. I've thought that I need to stress to get somewhere, I need to suffer, I need to push, I need to just grind. That didn't work out really well, so I decided that I'm gonna try the other method. And even if I haven't seen too much of results in the external world, because there's a delay, I feel so much better in my life. I'm actually happy. I actually allow myself to enjoy my daily routines, to enjoy my life, and to accept that, yes, I'm worthy of doing and enjoying things that aren't stress related work or just this effort of pushing somewhere. When I started to trust life, that my world is taking care of me, the stress kind of just poof. So try it. Find one thing that is really stressful and imagine that you have a knob, like a volume, and you just decrease it. You take it from 10, you take it to 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just by that, by slowing down, reducing the intensity, reducing the importance, you have controlled your reality and made it less stressful. This is amazing, right? The second thing you can do is to look at the things you are doing in your life. Are they necessary? Are they the right thing for you? Is your heart in it? Are you doing it because you actually want to do it, or because you've been conditioned to do it by some external force? When you realize what the motivation is, if it's an external motivation or internal motivation, you can decide again. And when you decide again, you can take time, not put pressure on the deciding, and let your whole body be with you in the process of deciding, because your heart and your emotions, they know what is right for you, but your mind, and especially in the modern world, we are so conditioned to listen to our mind, and it has to be logical, it has to be smart. Sometimes your heart and mind isn't in sync. And that's when problems arise, because you think that you need to do something, your mind justifies why you need to do it, and then your body is like, no, 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 no. And you might think that, yeah, it's because of fear, I need to push through this fear. But if it's actually just something you aren't supposed to do, you can feel this in your body when you stop to listen to it. This is why meditation is really good. And if you have a question that you need answers for, maybe you should meditate on it. Maybe you should journal on it and really kind of turn it around in all different perspectives and shapes and see, how does it make you feel, and what do you think about the decision that your body wants to tell you? Because if it's an external source that says that you need to do this, but your body says no, it's a no. Don't do it. And then when you start to make decisions that are based on you choose yourself first, and then you make decisions from internal motivation, the stress also kind of vanishes, because it's a totally different thing to build your own life, to build your own business, to build your own whatever it is, than doing it for someone else. Our body is so intelligent, but we have been conditioned to not listen to it. We have been conditioned to, no, think about your mind. You have to do this and you have to do that. You have to go to work. You have to pay a pension. You have to, whatever it is. You are allowed to choose yourself first and then make decisions from that place. And the third thing that I would suggest you doing is find a goal that your body says yes to, because sometimes we are so caught up in all these different events and things and jobs and relationships that it's really difficult to just make a different choice. But if you choose to have a light at the end of the tunnel that you know is for you, all these other things just become stepping stones. Maybe you hate your job, but you know that you want to be an entrepreneur. Okay, when you start planning that new business or that new house or that new trip or whatever it is, you have a purpose for that suffering, and then everything becomes easier because you have a positive attitude to the suffering. Okay, you need the money to go and do that journey or something. That's when the job that you get the money from becomes a sense of purpose. It's a stepping stone towards a bigger goal. And that's when you also reduce the stress, because you also reduce the importance. It's just a thing on the way. It's not like you're gonna be there for the rest of your life. People who have lost hope in changing their life, in changing their circumstances, these people are the one who stresses the most. Because if you don't see an exit, and if you don't believe that there's an exit, it's really hard to have hope, and it's really hard to stay optimistic and positive. And if you really want to find your true potential, find your purpose in life, and build your life for you, you have to gain an optimistic attitude. You have to trust in yourself, in your ability to create, in your ability to actually know what is right for you, in your ability to decide. And this can be a really gradual process, but if you start today, and if you start by choosing a goal, then you reduce the importance, and then you start slowly changing your circumstances, in a year you will be in a totally different place, and you won't suffer that much, and you won't ever again suffer that much, because now you have cracked the code on how to actually get out of a miserable place. So even if you would get back to that, you would have the knowledge to actually get out. So you're not even afraid of that anymore. And that's when you start to trust yourself and your abilities, because you've actually overcome or dissolved or gone around this huge obstacle that you before thought is impossible to overcome. When you realize these ideas that I'm talking about and you embody them, you get the experience of actually doing some of these techniques, your self-worth, your confidence will grow. An internal confidence, not the external validation, not the merits, not any of these. The things that you have decided on the internal and that you are happy about, that you feel proud about, that you are empowered about. That's what it's about. We are supposed to choose ourselves and learn to master ourselves. Anyone who says that you need to do something that they want, they are trying to control you. If you get an advice from someone who says that yes, choose for yourself, empower yourself, do what feels best for you, that's someone you should listen to. But if someone is like, no, you need to build this business, you need to do it like this, you need to have these techniques, you need to have this and that, and you need to be like this. If it doesn't feel like that for you, you shouldn't do it. It's always you who are supposed to do the choices, because that's how you find your unique path in life. If you try to copy yourself to success, you're just gonna be a copycat. So when you start to listen to yourself with all these 3 techniques that I've shared in this video, you will find your potential, you will find your purpose. And the reality is a mirror. There's just a delay. So if you now decide that you're gonna embody a positive attitude and you're gonna reduce the importance of things and you're gonna actually evaluate things with your whole body and your mind, and you try to connect the heart with the mind, you will become the creator of your life. You will get out of victim mode. You will become a positive person that has a lot of potential, and you can eventually create whatever you want in your life. If this idea isn't exciting, I don't know what is, because we are all free. We are just being conditioned to be in prison and that we have to do something that someone else says. We don't have to. We have the choice, and it starts by choosing yourself. My name is Mitz. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in a future one. Peace out.